Here we are in the wilds of the northern suburbs of Sydney. The place is Manly, and it's an unbelievable ecosystem full of unusual creatures. You can see birds, you can see Leigh Diprose.
That's right.
And here he is.
In the flesh.
Holding the latest XT10.
That's right.
Just when you thought things couldn't get any smaller, Fujifilm's done it again.
What have they done?
Same resolution as the XT1 with that amazing super high output resolution, but in an even smaller body. And for those that really aren't into photography, in other words, all the people that have to live with those crazy photographers, we have a magic switch just for you. Click, it's now a point and shoot automatic camera. The best part is one click back and hey presto, it's back into that full manual mode, just perfect for shooting passing wildlife. Look at that.
Quick, get him. Perfect.
Geez, I didn't even have it in continuous, it's that quick.
So what lens do you have on there, Warrewyk?
I've got the 90mm lens on here. Beautiful lens, absolutely awesome. Beautiful bokeh, it's the perfect lens. It's magic.
But I think my lens is magic because this one is the 56mm 1.2.
It's legendary.
Warrewyk, tell me the difference between the two lenses. Do they have linear motors in them? Are they good?
Yes, well, this is a linear motor powered lens. In fact, this was the first linear motor powered prime lens that Fujifilm's made. And that means, of course, there's no cogs and gears. And linear motors are renowned for being very fast, very accurate, and very quiet. So you've got something that's extremely quick and very efficient. But it's really, for me, the quality of the lens, the lens elements that really make the resulting pictures absolutely awesome.
Now, Warrewyk, I've got obviously the silver one. It does come in black.
Yep.
Does it make a difference, like in the XT1 series?
Oh, black ones are only for shooting stealth photography.
Right, so you want to activate the silent mode in the camera for that, is that right?
Oh yes, yes. Don't forget that incredible silent shooting mode.
Right.
And don't forget, just because you've selected the electronic shutter mode, you still have to go and switch off the sound. So if you want to be in total stealth mode, switch off the sound. And that can be accomplished in one of two ways.
How?
Either by going to sound and flash off setting.
Yep.
On the old cameras that used to be called silent mode, but a lot of people didn't realize that also disabled the flash. So we now call it sound and flash off, or you can simply go to your sound settings and turn down the operational volume and the shutter volume. So that way you still get the flash operating. But of course,
easy.
in stealth mode, you don't want to know you're shooting pictures, so you don't have the flash on.
Now,
Talking about stealth,
yeah,
it may sound crazy, but one thing people seem to be really excited about is the other little switch on here, talking about stealth and pop-up flash.
Where's
and
that?
Apparently,
Right
I've had to learn this one. A pop-up flash is really cool, providing it doesn't look like you have a pop-up flash, which now it doesn't have a pop-up flash.
That's awesome. Now, what we're going to do is test the stealth mode out. So we're here in Manly, and there's some birds along sort of the shore here, and we're going to see if we can sneak up and who's going to take the best photos, whether it's the 56mm 1.2 or the 90mm f2. But there's got to be some sort of catch. We're only allowed to shoot wide open. All right?
Wide open?
Yep. So we're going to use the electronic shutter to try and capture it. We're going to get some nice bokeh. We can use the rear screen to get nice and low and get that depth of field that we're looking for to get those professional shots. So are you up for the challenge?
All right, okay. So let's go down to page 5.
Yep.
Shutter type.
Okay.
And set the electronic shutter.
Yep.
And then go over to the setup menu.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go down to, on the page 1 of the setup menu, you've got sound and flash off, or as I said, you can go to that sound setup and turn down the volume. I'm just going to go straight to the sound and flash off and select that on.
Okay, so
sound and flash off is on. Oh, that's it.
Are you up for the challenge?
I'm up for the challenge.
Let's
I'm
go
always
and do
up
it.
for a challenge. Oh! Oh, thanks, bird. Turn around. Face the other way. Don't film me throwing things at the birds. Notice no sound at all. You could use this on a movie set right now. That's very soft, very soft. Oh, the ground, not the lens. Lens is sharp.
I think what we need to do now that I've shot with the 56mm, I want to try the 90mm now, and we'll see who can get the best shot.
Well, that's obvious.
Well, time will tell.
Oh,
we're going to swap lenses?
Yes.
Okay. Juggling axe here. Perfect for...
Well, otherwise you'll take my photos and say you took them. My award-winning ones.
True, true. Well, good luck.
Oh, I thought you said wide open.
Wide open,
You had
yeah.
that on f2.
No, it was
You
1.2.
were
It was
cheating.
1.2. So, wildlife photography, a good tip is trying to wait for the right moment. So you're going to be using some stealth techniques, and that could be walking along a log very quietly to get the bird. But essentially what I'm seeing here is some nice light in the background. I want to get a nice silhouette, so making sure I've got a high shutter speed is going to achieve that. So I'm just going to wait for this bird to pop up its head.
And you don't want anything to disturb them.
No. No, that's nearly it. All right, and there we go. That's the shot. Warrewyk, we've finished that fantastic fun experience. How did you go?
Oh, I always have fun with these cameras because they're so light and easy. You can get into positions you just simply can't get into with bigger, heavier cameras.
That's right, and we're not appropriately dressed for the occasion, obviously, and I'm surprised that you didn't end up in the drink.
Well, you did say stealth, so I dressed in black.
Okay, well, me too.
I even
me
brought
too.
my black camera, but you wouldn't let me use it. Apparently black cameras don't show up on black shirts. So.
Yeah, well, that's why. But you'll find the silver camera still allowed us to get nice and close.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Talk us through some of the settings that you use to capture your great images.
Well, basically, I must admit, I didn't resort to just flicking it into the auto mode.
Right.
I stayed with that in the main aperture priority, but I couldn't resist going into some of the advanced filters and playing around with the toy camera in miniature mode and the partial color with green, because there's a lot of green here. Just playing around with those sorts of things. I think that's what it's all about.
Yep.
You know me, I like to record history, but have a bit of fun with the camera at the same time.
That's it, yeah. Well, I went for more from a photographer's perspective, I have to say.
Well, that could be because you're a photographer.
I think so, maybe. But some of the settings that I used, I made sure that I was on spot metering. The reason for that, I wanted to actually make sure I was getting the reading on the actual animal itself and not its surroundings to get the correct exposure. I also shot on aperture priority,
Yep.
but I sort of avoided the film simulations and the toy camera modes and things like that.
No fun.
No fun, absolutely.
But I'll tell you what though,
Yeah.
the focus system,
Oh,
the zone focus, now there you go.
Yeah.
That is, I'm really surprised how especially even shooting the birds,
Yeah.
even though they were certainly not the majority of the picture in some cases, it would actually pick them out.
That's right, and I was shooting zone focus as well, and it's not in continuous, it was in still.
Yeah.
And I was just taking single shots rather than continuous. And I found that just by using the phase detection pixels
Yep.
built in on the middle of the
Definitely,
sensor there,
yep.
as the default setting, gave me perfect shots
Yeah, remember
every
that,
single time.
the phase detection gives you very fast focus. So if you're tempted to go into face detection,
Yep.
face detection as opposed to phase
This
detection.
phase, yeah.
All right. Remember, face detection will throw the camera back into contrast detection focus, which is a bit slower. So for my money, stay out of the face detection unless you are actually photographing faces.
Yeah.
We'll have to be very careful how you say that.
Absolutely. So you want to make sure that you've selected the still and the zone focus,
Yes.
but you're using your phase detection
Yep,
pixels.
those 15 in the middle there.
And they'll be they're white in color, so you can distinguish between them. Now, the other thing I really loved about this camera, apart from the electronic shutter, was the flip screen.
Yes.
I found that so useful. So
Oh, if you're down low.
yeah, getting down low, I didn't have to get all grubby like I would on a digital SLR. I could just simply point it like this and see the shot immediately and take it. It was brilliant.
Yep.
Yep. But another good tip if you're shooting wildlife is use a high ISO. A lot of people tend to avoid it.
Well, with these cameras, the noise levels are so low.
Yep.
You can actually shoot quite happily. I was actually doing a lot of my shooting around 800.
I was at 1,000, 1,200.
yeah.
Yep.
So
And people squirm at that sort of stuff, but I tell you, when you're shooting at that high ISO, in these sort of overcast conditions, the results are just brilliant. You get that really nice high shutter, so you can get some nice silhouettes, and you can really freeze the action, which is what I was after today.
yeah.
So cool, Warrewyk, we'll have a look at the photos and we'll let you decide which one's the best photo. Yep, choose me. Thanks very much for coming down to Fujifilm Park, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, see you later.